That's right, people. We are Tankers Fantasy Football. We are back talking Week 5 action here. Finally getting into the heart of some bye weeks coming up. So you know you're going to be looking for some guys to find that lineup. Talking about waiver wire pickups. This guy, not really on the radar because he really had no action with Deshaun Watson whatsoever. But Will Fuller, 2 touchdowns, really looking spry for him.
Yeah, you might have to pay the piper for him if you're in the waiver bid situation. But if you're on that top priority, I think Will Fuller is definitely worth a look here. If somebody did preemptive strike and scoop him up last week, with Will Fuller still out there, definitely looked at him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Hopkins looking like a number 1 wide receiver. So I think Will Fuller could return maybe some back-end wide receiver 2 down the stretch. At worst, wide receiver 3 if flex play.
Yeah,
and especially with these bye weeks coming up.
Sticking with the same team, I mean, if Deshaun Watson is for some reason still on your waiver wire, you got to get up on this, people. I mean, my goodness, he is coming to his own very quickly out there. Like 5 touchdowns last week.
5 touchdowns, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground.
Looking good the week before against the Patriots. I think he is an all-in. I mean, he's all-in, like weekly starter in my eyes in fantasy leagues now.
Get you those rushing yards.
I'm in love with him.
Another wide receiver, another guy with 2 touchdowns. What do you think about Funches here?
I like the targets he's been getting. They haven't really turned into anything until this last game here. I mean, he did look pretty spry, and every time you look, you release it, and they're like, "Oh, Kelvin Benjamin's doing something." You're like, "No, that's Funches again. He's out there, he's out there grinding." And I don't know if he's going to produce that. You know, he's not going to be looking to give you 2 touchdowns on a regular basis, but he is definitely worth a look at. We've talked about him the last couple of weeks now, and he finally went out there and did something for you. So if you weren't a believer coming into last week, you should be a believer now. I think. And we got some, looking at tight end. Tight ends have been really down in the dumps this year. We got a couple guys, Ben Watson, who we talked about last week, and this Tyler Kroft out of Cincinnati. I know he hasn't really done dick shit in his first 3 years out there, but he did show up last week with the 2 touchdowns. And tight ends have been so hurting out there. If you're starting dick bums, like, I mean, Jason Witten came off the hot.
I mean, even
he's been,
Kyle Rudolph has done nothing for you.
Kyle Rudolph is apparently invisible when Sam Bradford isn't at quarterback. I mean, Eric Ebron, another guy who's just absolutely nothing for you out there. So if you're looking for a plug-and-play guy, maybe you're hurting on bye weeks too with Jordan Reed and all other types of tight ends on bye weeks this week. I mean, I think Tyler Kroft is kind of worth a cheap look for you.
Now let's talk about some running backs. I feel like running backs, a lot of these guys are going to go off the board here. I think, in my opinion, the hottest back to look at is not the Minnesota backs. I'm going to say Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I mean, it is murky there, though, because they're saying, I mean, Ty Montgomery does have the 10 days. They played on Thursday last week to get it together. They say he's going to play, and Ty Montgomery might be limited, but I think in that situation, I think it kind of murks it up real bad, especially for a guy like Aaron Jones. I think you have to start Ty Montgomery if he plays, especially in team and PPR, but I mean, Aaron Jones, I think he's definitely worth it. I mean, I think with this Ty Montgomery situation, I think you can go out there and get Aaron Jones on the cheat now, though. So that's a plus.
Now that they're saying that Montgomery's injury might not be that severe when it initially looked like, 2-3 weeks
so if you're the Montgomery owner and you had Jamal Williams as your handcuff and it's looking more like Aaron Jones is the rightful handcuff here with Ty Montgomery possibly being able to play, you might be able to still get your boy for a pretty decent price out there in the waiver if you got the waiver bids.
All right, and back to the Minnesota.
I like the waiver bids.
Oh, I feel like that's the only way.
I mean, just because you suck doesn't mean you should be able to have first priority. It's not our fault you suck, right?
That's the only way to go about it.
I mean, it's not everybody else's fault you suck. I mean, I think waiver bids, blind waiver bids is the best way.
This should be the only option.
I think it is.
Really?
I think it's the best way to go about it.
Talk about the Minnesota backs, Murray and McKinnon. If both are available, are you looking to pick either one up?
Maybe on the cheap. I think McKinnon might be the one to own here, especially in like a PPR. I mean, Murray, what is he even played football? Doesn't even play football?
They're saying he's not even going to be 100%.
He's not even recovering from his ankle injury. I think he's a middle and bum anyway. I don't think any of them are definitely worth any high waiver priority situations, but I mean, if you're in dire need, maybe you lost Dalvin Cook, maybe you lost to Chris Carson this week. If you're in dire need, I guess they're worth a look, but I wouldn't be looking to start them this week. I mean, especially against a team like the Bears, who have been fairly stingy defense coming out on Monday night, I don't think you could look to pick either of these guys up and run them out there.
All right, what about a guy like Elijah McGuire?
Elijah McGuire? We were on that tip 2 weeks ago. We were telling you to pick up
Both
Elijah
Jets
McGuire.
backs lose their mind against Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, Elijah McGuire, if he is still available, definitely give him a look, too. I mean, we told you to get up on him 2 weeks ago when it looked like Will Powell was, taking a back seat and looking like he was about ready, 1 foot in the grave out there. But Will Powell is back on the scene. If Matt Forte continues to miss time and Elijah McGuire continues to look good, I don't see any reason why a team like the Jets wouldn't give him some looks. I mean, come on, Jets, give the young guys some looks. I mean, what are you playing? You're not playing for this year. Definitely not the score. I mean, they're 2-2, I guess.
Somehow.
Fucking Bills are 3-1, baby. Up in that ass, Bills. Who better than the Bills? Oh, beating the Donkeys. I mean, I'm talking Chiefs Bills right now as a slugfest, baby. We're talking, we've been there, beat the Donkeys came in Buffalo, and we went down to the dirty South and the Bills and stomp some ass, baby. No passing touchdowns so far this year in a passing league. Buffalo Bills. Get back to that glory days of losing Super Bowls, baby. All day. Back to them losing Super Bowl glory days, baby. I root for you, Bills. I feel the Bills. Bills, Bills are my AFC team. I love them Bills.
Your side piece, your opposite conference side piece.
I gotta have a little bit. I need a little bit. Fucking Bills up in that ass, baby.
What about Trubisky? Any fantasy value whatsoever?
I think we should, pick him up, put him on your bench, kind of. I didn't have anybody to goddamn throw to out there, but I think
his back.
He has to be on the football field, Bears. I know they say he is the man. If he wouldn't have been the man, I mean, my goodness, Monday night, we're talking about Monday night riots at Soldier Field. If the old neck, I mean, you look at Mike Glenn and you're like, how the hell is this guy a professional athlete? You're telling me that this guy is one of 32 people in the world? We're talking about over 7 billion people in the world, and this motherfucker is one of the 32 best. I'm not buying it. I am not buying it. That is
just
not
look
even
at him.
No, all you gotta do
Kickers
is look
and
at him.
punters on every roster look more
He
athletic.
looks like a goddamn giraffe. He's so uncoordinated. Like, I'm telling you, my 300-pound ass may be able to beat him in a foot race. I don't know. He's so goddamn, he's fucking flailing around out there. I'll fucking get off that line, baby. Put him in the dirt. Put his ass in the dirt, baby. All right, what happened? We lost focus. We lost focus. J.D. McKissick. To hell with Rawls. I mean, to hell with Lacey. I mean, fuck Lacey. But Al Michaels was like, Lacey scored a touchdown. I was like, what? Fucking Al Michaels? You really
He's
think
not that fast.
Lacey moves like that? You out of your mind? I don't think so. What, because he's got dreadlocks, Al Michaels? That's like,
he's losing it out there.
Get out of that Michaels, baby.
But, I mean, J.D. McKissick looked 2 touchdowns. He looked really good.
Looks spry,
and I would be all in for him, except for his position kind of is hindering with C.J. Procise, who's looking to come back this week.
It's so damn murky there.
Not to mention...
You can probably get this guy for...
Not to mention Rawls was a healthy scratch, and now Pete Carroll's saying he's probably going to be the starter this coming week.
No. I don't care. I think Rawls and Lacey are basically dead in my eyes. I think it's Procise. I mean, and this JD. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be anybody.
It's going to be everyone getting nothing.
I don't know if it's going to be anybody, to be honest. But I think this guy's definitely worth a dirt cheap look out there. Who else we got on the list here? John Brown, who's kind of been Carson Palmer's boy lately. Maybe some Matt Breida if Carlos Hyde misses any time. There's some Matt Breida up there, because I think that Colts-Niners shit show, I think we're looking at a shit show shootout, people. Shit show shootout deluxe.
Right,
kind of like that Ram-Niner game was. I'm feeling.
What about T.Y.? I mean, he's had the one game where he's blown it up, and everything else he's been next to nothing. Is T.Y. and all systems go start this week?
I don't know. We're on waivers.
Oh, what do you think?
We're talking about T.Y. Hilton against the Niners? Oh, yeah, I think you got to tune him up. I mean, Brissett is, serviceable.
I mean, he's got some fire to him.
Very nice out there with the Brissett as of late, baby. Doug Martin, if you're in shallow leagues and he's coming back this week, take a look if you're in shallow bench leagues out there.
Coming off the suspension. Thursday night is still, the questionable here coming up, but we'll see.
Yeah. maybe Jared Goff, if he's still out there on your waivers. Now he has a really tough matchups this week against the Seattle, so I'm not saying you should pick him up and play him, but he has looked very good to start this season, especially with limited pass attempts. I think he's only averaging like 28 to 30 pass attempts a game, and he's been doing very well with that amount of pass attempts.
Making the most of it.
Yeah, he is. All right, people.
There it is, waiver wire, week 5. If you have any questions,
Alex Collins talked about him last week. If he's still out there, get on that shit too. Forgot about him.
Get in there.
There you go. One more.
Leave any comments below. Make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. We love talking to you beautiful people.
We will communicate. We will get back to you on the who do I start questions and any other thing fantasy relevant you got to say.
All right, there it is.
Thanks for riding.
Thank you very much. We will see you next time.